Hey everyone, the first Fighter's Pass has now completed, and there are 6 more characters on the rise to speculate about. Fighter's Pass 1 really was amazing. However, there are still plenty of great characters out there waiting for their chance to join the battle. These next 6 characters are very important, as they're likely our last chance to get characters that we want in Smash Ultimate. Luckily, we have a full blank slate, so anything is possible. But on that same note, all we can do as of now is speculate. 6 unknown characters are coming to Smash, so what's the criteria? For these predictions, I will pick the characters that I believe are most likely to get in based on past trends, evidence, company relations, and more. There are more than 6 likely possible characters for Smash Ultimate, so if the one that you're hoping for is not on this list, fear not because anything can happen. But on that note, I'm only putting characters on this list that I really believe have a great shot of getting in. So who are these 6 characters and when will they release? Let's get into it. I believe the first character in Fighter's Pass 2 will be Sora from Kingdom Hearts. There's actually a good amount of evidence for this. For one, Sora is a massive character that would totally break the internet, and that's exactly what Nintendo needs right now. Because as of now, Nintendo's selling the Fighter's Pass with no characters in it. Having a huge character like Sora would really get people talking. They have to start off with a massive character like Sora, and we've seen this mentality when they started the first Fighter's Pass with Joker. Remember, we also just got off the heels of Terry and Ballot. Now there's nothing wrong with those characters, but I wouldn't say they're the hypest of additions that are selling DLC. They need to start off the new pass with a huge and hyped character so that people buy the pass as a whole instead of just waiting to see what characters they like and buying them separately. In that case, Nintendo loses a lot of money. Secondly, we're going to pull from a theory of mine. Now this theory originated in my Sora for Smash moveset and inclusion theory video. This will be a more brief version of it, but if you'd like to check out the full video, the link is in the description. Essentially, 3 out of the 5 characters in the Fighter's Pass were all released and playable in Smash before they had major releases on the Switch. For example, Hero came out just a few months before Dragon Quest XI was released on Switch. This is so that people play the character first, then get excited to play the games that they're in. Now when we think about it, isn't it pretty odd that there's no presence of Kingdom Hearts on Switch at all yet? Say what you want about Kingdom Hearts 3 not working on the Switch, but with how big Kingdom Hearts is, especially the old games, don't you think 3 years into the Switch's lifespan we would have had the games ported already? I mean, Kingdom Hearts 2 on Switch would sell like crazy, so why have they waited so long? Nintendo and Kingdom Hearts have been working together since 2004, and there's been 4 major releases on Nintendo consoles over the past decade and a half. It's not like they're strangers here. Also, think about Square and Nintendo's relationship. Not only did they have Octopath, which was a big Switch exclusive, but they've also been porting pretty much every good Final Fantasy game under the sun onto the Switch. So then I ask again, where is Kingdom Hearts? And don't forget that a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans are Nintendo fans as well. Nintendo has to know this. The way I see it, with how close Nintendo is to Square Enix, I believe that if they had no plans to put Sora in Smash, then we would have already had some of the Kingdom Hearts games on the Switch by now. Sora's journey with Smash has been a long time coming. He's been one of the most highly requested characters for over a decade, and was one of the characters with the largest movements in the Smash Ballot, which decided a lot of the newcomers for Smash Ultimate. Not to mention, Sora has a wide array of games to pull abilities from, so he would be much more than just another sword character. If you'd like to see my ideas for Sora's full moveset, check out the video in the description. Now we don't know what's going on with Nintendo right now, but we need a Direct soon to show us what we're getting in 2020. I believe there's going to be a Direct pretty soon. In that Direct, Nintendo will announce their collaboration with Disney and Square Enix to bring Sora to Smash and the Kingdom Hearts series to the Switch. I believe this is very possible. Sora is a very highly requested character, Square and Nintendo are really close. I think this can happen. This is the type of deal where everyone benefits. Nintendo gains a larger audience from the Kingdom Hearts community, the Kingdom Hearts series gains a larger audience from the Nintendo community, and of course the fans of both Nintendo and Kingdom Hearts get this long-awaited character in Smash. If I'm correct about my theories, then that means this could happen very soon, and I couldn't be more excited. We should manage our expectations, but I believe now more than ever that Sora has a chance to be in Super Smash Bros. A character from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 might seem impossible at this point, but I actually have some points here. For one, I do believe there will be a Xenoblade rep. It just makes sense. Because with Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade the Torna Country, which was a pretty big DLC expansion with a physical release, and Xenoblade Definitive Edition, there are 3 big releases on the Switch. That's more games than Zelda, Fire Emblem, Kirby, Metroid, Splatoon, and while we're at it, let's not even get started on big series like F-Zero, Kid Icarus, and Pikmin. Surprisingly, that is not a direct quote from Nintendo, but you get the point. Xenoblade is a premier series in the Switch's lifetime. Personally, I just don't think they're gonna miss this opportunity to promote one of their biggest series on their biggest advertising platform. It's not like Nintendo's gonna say, nah, you know what, we made enough money off of Xenoblade. Let's just not promote a very popular IP that will have 3 games that you could buy at any point on the console that you're currently playing. Nah, we don't need it. Not to mention that as of now, Xenoblade Definitive Edition is the only big release for the whole year confirmed to be coming after Animal Crossing. If Nintendo is having a weak year, having a Xenoblade character in Smash promoting that game might be exactly what they need. Perhaps what we've all been seeing as bad timing with Xenoblade 2 coming out so long ago is actually a blessing in disguise. Perhaps Nintendo was being very smart on this inclusion, because thinking about it, having PYRA in the base game wasn't gonna promote Xenoblade 2 since it was already a year old, and having her in Fighters Pass 1 wasn't gonna do much for Xenoblade Remake because it's March and we still don't even have a release date for the game. So having a Xenoblade character release in summer 2020, and then Xenoblade Remake in late summer or early fall 2020 sounds like a great way for them to include her. But the question still stands, why PYRA and not Rex and PYRA together? Personally, I would rather have Rex and PYRA as a duo character, as I like Rex's character a lot and I think they could have a cool moveset where Rex uses leveled up specials like in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, then PYRA pops in to use the specials like Burning Sword and such. This would represent the game well. But Rex is already a Mii costume. I believe Nintendo knew before launch at least who all the Nintendo characters were and when they would release, because they're in total control of that. So unfortunately for us Rex fans, it seems unlikely he will be the representative here. But in terms of PYRA, that all kind of works out well. For one, she's a strong character in the games on her own. In terms of gameplay, she could transform into Mythra as her gimmick, and also she's a female character, and we really need that before the DLC ends. We've already seen characters like Jill Valentine get the axe. There are a couple of more female characters in the running, but honestly, PYRA seems the most likely to me. Finally, I don't think spirits from the base game specifically deconfirm characters, and that's all because their absence would have given so much away. I think PYRA being a solely female character representing a big Nintendo game for this year is definitely likely. For the third character, I have the GALAR trainer. I think we can all agree it's very likely we will get another Pokemon fighter. They have never missed a single Smash character phase without a new character, and with Sword and Shield they have a whole new generation to promote. Now for Gen 8, I personally don't think it has a real standout Pokemon like Greninja or Lucario, where they could just call ahead of who's going to be popular. Furthermore, Ash is not really using any GALAR Pokemon in the anime, at least not now. So it's not like they can go off of that like they did for Incineroar. A lot of names have been thrown around such as Toxtricity, Rillaboom, Urshifu, but I think another Pokemon trainer is the way to go, especially if they want to follow the trend of real over-the-top movesets that are worth your money. So what Pokemon will this trainer have? I can explain this. Okay, so it's going to be Grookey, Raboot, and Inteleon. These picks might seem odd, but it's really the best possible combination in comparison to the Pokemon roster that we already have. For the third stage, Rillaboom was highly considered, but I thought that Grookey would be the favorite addition. With Ash's partner in the anime having a Score Bunny, it's likely that Ash himself will get a Grookey at some point, so that could make sense. I also chose Raboot over Cinderace because I feel like Cinderace and Incineroar already share similar personality traits, but I also just feel like he fits well. Inteleon and Greninja are similar, but I feel like his personality and moveset could differentiate enough. And if Ballot shows us anything, they don't care if the characters are similar. I believe the GALAR trainer will be released in November 2020, right before the Crown Tundra releases. If PYRA before them is released in summer, this will give them plenty of time to work out each of the 3 Pokemon. Overall, I think this is a great way to represent Generation 8. It is likely that Ultimate is the last time that all the Pokemon characters from Smash history will be gathered, so ending with a really nice wild area stage and 3 playable Pokemon sounds like a great way to conclude the Pokemon roster. I think it's about time that this finally happened. For one, Crash is a huge Western character, and I think there will at least be one on here. This would be a huge deal, and I think would benefit Smash in the long run. Remember, by this point, we are well into 2021. Having such a hype edition like Crash would definitely help Nintendo keep Smash alive for at least another year with the 3 more characters that are confirmed to go on for 2021. I think having the major mascots such as Mario, Sonic, and Crash in the same game is a huge draw for this character and something that Nintendo wants to do. Now, Activision and Nintendo might not be as close as Square Enix and Ubisoft are, but Crash has seen some releases on the Switch already. However, because Crash's games are already on the Switch, it fails to meet the theory that we've applied to every character on this list so far, that characters are used to promote future games. However, there are 2 points I'd like to bring up. For one, the theory does not have to be universal. Take a look at Banjo, for example, he promoted pretty much nothing. Secondly, by the point that Crash actually gets announced, it's possible that a new Crash game would be coming, because remember, it would be 2021. So, if E3 is still a thing by that point, then I think Crash will be announced at E3 2021. Now, when it came down to a primarily Western character, I really debated putting Rayman on this list, mostly because he's a Ubisoft character. Nintendo and Ubisoft are super close, they even made their own Mario game. So it makes perfect sense that Ubisoft would get their own character in this game. However, something happened recently that makes me think otherwise. It's the Mii costumes that were recently released for the Rabbids and Altair. Remember that anything can happen in the end, but personally, in my opinion, if Rayman was going to be a full character, then I think those Mii costumes would have came with his addition. In a couple months, I may be kicking myself in the foot for not putting Rayman on this list. He's personally a character that I really want, but I think those Mii costumes tell us something. So for now at least, I'm gonna say the Western character is likely to be Crash, and then maybe Rayman will come as a premium Mii costume later down the line. I think with Crash's major history and the audience that will come with his addition, he seems pretty likely to me. Honestly, I'm surprised more people aren't talking about Lloyd for Fighters Pass 2. I think if any company is confirmed to get another character, at least beyond speculation, it's Bandai Namco. They literally make this game, guys. They went through the whole base game and Fighters Pass 1 without a new character, and they only have Pac-Man. Namco has played very nice with the other companies. They've waited, they let other companies cut in line ahead of them, but there's going to be only 2 characters left at this point. It's got to be their turn now. I've seen a lot of people mention Heihachi, but he would use a fighting game mechanic that we already have in 3 characters. Yes, Lloyd is a sword user, but I think the difference of a weapon and a gameplay gimmick is substantial. Plus he has 2 swords, so yeah. Tales of is a pretty big series. Lloyd is one of the most highly requested characters, especially in Japan, and his Mii costume is entirely absent from Smash, even though they could have put it in the base game. Which is another reason why I believe Nintendo knew all 11 characters at launch. Overall, I am genuinely expecting Lloyd, almost without a doubt, and I'll be very surprised if he, or at least any Bandai Namco character, is not one of the 6. Now for the final character. My prediction for the final character is Geno from Super Mario RPG. I'm sure no one can deny the significance of this character in the Smash community. One of the main reasons Geno has not faded away into obscurity himself is because of Smash fans clinging to the hope that he could one day join this legendary roster. There are characters like Captain Falcon that are very famous for being Smash characters. Well, in Geno's case, he's famous for not being a Smash character, or at least being requested as a Smash character. Sakurai set out his mission to deliver the ultimate Smash Bros. Package with highly requested characters such as Ridley, King K. Rool, and Banjo. I believe he knows that Geno is one of the very few characters left that has been long awaited for years upon years. Thus, Geno in Smash will be the grand finale to this massive project. Picture this. Geno's reveal trailer starts with a callback to the original Smash 64 opening. They take a look in the toy chest, and he is the last toy in there, symbolizing that he is the last character from the original Smash all the way to Ultimate. Now Geno brings everything full circle, while also being a Mario representative. Smash begins with Mario and ends with his companion Geno. We've already seen that his Mii costume is nowhere to be found, and they've had plenty of opportunities to add it in the game. Honestly guys, I think Geno is very likely. So now here we have it. This is my full predictions list on who the next 6 characters are for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is based on company relations, future advertising, past trends, and of course most importantly, fan demand. For our recap, we have Sora from the Kingdom Hearts series, PYRA from the Xenoblade Chronicles series, the Galar trainer from Pokemon, Crash Bandicoot from the Crash series, Lloyd Irving from the Tales of series, and finally, the legendary Geno from Super Mario RPG. Yet anything is still possible. We have 6 unknown characters coming to Smash, and whoever they are, I'm sure this will be one crazy ride. Ultimate has by far exceeded my expectations, and if some of these are included in the next 6 characters, then I think a lot of people will be satisfied by the end of it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. There are definitely a lot of characters that are likely for Smash, but these are the 6 that I think are most likely to get in. Of course, there are tons of characters out there that are still pretty likely for the game, so do not worry if your character's not on this list. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a like and maybe consider subscribing, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.